Hello friends, in this video I'll be showing you a simple setup of Django and also connection with MySQL. So by default it is using SQLite. So I am using virtual environment, as you can see that. So I am just activating that environment. I am using Python 3.6. So in your system you might be using Python 2.7 or 3.5, it doesn't matter. So here we are really executing on the virtual environment. So we are just activating that environment. So this is very useful in like testing your application. So I'm just cloning the repository. I'm just installing Python virtual environment. So virtual environment is generally used to run different versions of Python. So I'm just changing the directory from this. So migrate is generally used to migrate to the database whatever we have provided in settings.py file. Just invoking the environment, now activating it. The repo is asked to install, just find the version. Creating the project structure. Creating the virtual environment. Installing the Django, since this is a virtual environment, so in this again we have to install. So in your main system it might be installed already, but here we have to do it once again. So this is for like migrating current DB is SQLite. So this is the project structure. Manage.py is in the main project, and in Django project we'll be having the settings.py and other files like views.py and urls.py. Here we can configure our user to log into the admin dashboard and provide your password, alphanumeric basically. Settings.py you have to provide your IP address on which this application will be listening. .py. Yeah, here it's empty, so you have to provide the IP address in the quotes. So this is my IP address 103 wired connection. This I am not using wireless connection one. have to provide 103 basically. Save it, exit, and then you have to do port setting. Make sure you have to open the particular port. Sometimes it happens that you will not be able to access from other systems, so you have to provide your correct IP. If you will provide localhost and 127.0.0.1, then you will not be able to access from other hosts. Yeah, so it's working basically. You can see the installation worked successfully. Congratulations. So you have to just see with admin. So whatever username and password we have provided just a minute back, we have to provide the same username and password. So I have provided username as Gaurav. Password, you can provide the same password you have given there. So here we can see groups, users. So these are all residing in the SQLite database. So we can add. So now my main aim is to configure MySQL database and then use it, and then check whether the data is inserted into the MySQL database or not. So I have to install MySQL client. .py, then here, yeah, MySQL Django project root. So basically we have to invoke manage.py. So manage.py is basically for your environment setup and path setup. So whole project is managed using manage.py as a literal meaning. MySQL client is installed. As I told, this is virtual environment, so you have to install everything. There is some error in settings.py. So I am leaving it blank. Let's see what happens. No, again it's throwing error. Again there is error. Basically we have to be careful with the imports here. It's working now. So again run the server. So access denied for, let's fix the SQL error in the settings.py. Okay, it is fixed. So I'll provide in the comment section what settings.py I am using. admin, then you use the same. You created the super user. So I'll add a user here. Add a user, and I'll check the same user in the MySQL database. So databases, so I am using MySQL database, so I'll just switch to that. Show tables, so I must see some Django tables. Yeah, you am able to see Django admin log, Django content type, Django migration. From Django admin log. Yeah, so I'm able to see test Django user here, which is added just now.